It's now time for Trivia Tracks with yours truly, Price Robertson. This edition of Trivia Tracks is brought to you by ProMed Ambulance Services, care you can count on, and Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC. This famous star of pro wrestling held over a dozen championships around the world in the 60s and 70s. Dominic DeNucci was responsible for launching the careers of such wrestlers as Mick Foley, Shane Douglas, and the late Mark Curtis. He was born Domenico Nucciarone in Frosinone, Italy, on January 23, 1932. He debuted in 1958 in Montreal under a hood as the Masked Marvel, and also wrestled in Ottawa. In 1959, DeNucci started teaming with Dino Bravo, the original, not the later wrestler, as Dominic Bravo, a storyline brother. The two worked together in Canada throughout the Maritime, Toronto, Ontario, and Winnipeg, Manitoba. In America, they worked in Cleveland and Buffalo. The team headed west for Calgary Stampede Wrestling in 1962. DeNucci would keep the Bravo name until he left Stampede in 1963. He wrestled as Don DeNucci in the San Francisco territory later that year. In 1964, he joined World Championship Wrestling, the Australian version, where he feuded with Killer Kowalski, eventually becoming their world heavyweight champion. He later teamed with Mark Lewin, defeating Larry Hennig and Harley Race for the IWA World Tag Team Championship. Upon his return to North America, Dominic DeNucci wrestled in Vancouver for a year, then found work in other cities such as St. Louis, Chicago, Detroit, and New York City, where he frequently appeared in the WWF, later WWF, from 1967 through 1982. During that period, he was tag team champions with Bruno Sammartino. Between 1971 and 1981, DeNucci had several stints in Japan. In 1974, he had a brief run in Florida, where he won the NWA Florida Tag Team Championship with Tony Parisi, defeating Dick Slater and Toru Tanaka. They dropped the titles in 1975 to Slater and J.J. Dillon. Upon his departure from the WWF, after 15 years, Dominic DeNucci returned to Toronto and wrestled there for a year, then worked in Montreal and the AWA via Minneapolis. On November 16, 1987, he returned to WWF for a one-night appearance at a house show in East Rutherford, New Jersey, participating in a Legends Battle Royal that was won by Lou Thesz. After that, he retired from wrestling at 55 years old. He made sporadic appearances in the 1990s, including a reunion with Tony Parisi as they defeated Bruiser Bedlam and Danny Johnson at the Ilio DiPaolo Memorial Show in Buffalo, New York. DeNucci came out of retirement in 2005 at the age of 73, working in the independent circuit until 2012. That year, he was inducted into the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame. He died on August 12, 2021 at the age of 89. Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia? Then join me for Trivia Tracks weekdays at 6:45 on Everybody's Country Y95.